I realized today that I was about to make a financial decision that had absolutely nothing to do with money. It actually had a lot to do with gratitude and affection. And I think I bundled those emotions together and I was about to express them in a way that didn't really fit the situation. And so this made me ask a much bigger question, which is how much should love cost you? And from my experience, although my limited experience, I would say that the best place that you can give from in love or in any relationship, really, even friendships, is to give from overflow, is to give when you feel like you have more than enough and you're not like, as opposed to giving from lack, as opposed to giving because you want something back. You expect the other person to now give you something back because you were generous and because you did something for them. Like, that's, to me, that's a perfect example of giving from scarcity. And I think the opposite of that is giving from a place of like feeling so you're feeling so good about yourself and about your life and about the progress that you're making in your life, and you love your life so much and you love the person that you're with so much that you like decide to give because you feel like you have more than enough. And this isn't just financially, although it could be. It could also, you can give, I don't know, appreciation, you can give praise, you can give gratitude, you can give your time, you can give like attention, you can give quality time, you can give thoughtful conversations, you can, like, there's a lot more ways to give than just money. Like, of course, like, money is one of the ways that you can give from overflow, but there's a million of other ways that are just as amazing and just as thoughtful and just as impactful to the other person, if not more so. And so I think that if you're in a point in your relationship where you're starting to keep track of who did who, what for who, or you're starting to like say things in your mind such as like, oh well, I did this and he didn't even, I cooked him a meal and he didn't even like say thanks, and you're like doing all of these things, you're like keeping track of all of these things in your mind. That should be a clear sign that you've like, where you're like in scarcity mode now. Like you're seeing your relationship from a place of scarcity, not from a place of overflow. And when you are giving from overflow, you generally don't keep track, like you don't feel the need to keep track so much of who did what for who, and you're just giving because life feels good and because you love the person that you see in the mirror. You feel like your life is good, you feel like your person is amazing, like treating you well, and you're feeling good about your relationship, you're feeling good about him and how you're being treated, and you feel like you respect him, you feel like you love him. and you feel like he's like made your life better than it was when you were single. And so when you give from overflow, it's more like a celebration of your relationship and a celebration of that period in your life without like necessarily like expecting anything back, or without necessarily like keeping track of anything. Like if you can give without thinking that like, oh yeah, this is great because this is gonna force him to buy me the thing that I wanted, then that's scarcity. If you can give from a place of like, I'm so happy, I love you so much, you've changed my life, I made this thing for you, right? Like that's giving from overflow. And I think that's a big difference, and I think that the other person can tell if you're doing something because you want something in return, or if you're doing something because you're like excited about life and excited about your relationship and you don't really need anything back. And so I think that love shouldn't cost you your judgment. I think love shouldn't cost you your values. Like you should never compromise your values and what you believe to be true. I think that love shouldn't make you think that you need to give when you don't feel like you have enough. Like to give from a place of scarcity. And that's like giving from a place of scarcity is like overgiving, right? Like you're doing way more than you have the capacity to do. And then that builds resentment, that builds a lot of issues over time. If you overgive for a long period of time, then that's definitely going to cause issues in the relationship. And so maybe the most generous thing that you can do is to pull back and to only give from your current capacity. Like fill up your cup first and love on yourself first and make your life amazing first, and then once you're at that point and you feel ecstatic with how your life is going, with your goals, with your friendships, and with your relationships, with your like romantic relationship, then you can give back again but this time it would be from overflow, not from scarcity mindset. And so I think that love shouldn't cost you more than you can give. And we all had periods in our lives where we felt like we were living in scarcity. We felt like we didn't have enough, and we felt like our life wasn't going the way that we wanted to, and we just simply didn't have a lot to give to another at that point. I think we've all experienced this, and we probably will experience it again over the course of our lives, right? Like life is not linear. You're not like supposed to be floating on a cloud 24/7, 365. And so if that's you right now and you feel like life is overwhelming enough as it is, and there's barely enough time, love, and money and energy for you as it is, then maybe pull back from giving to others for a second and focus on filling your own cup and making your own life something that you're proud of. And once you get to that point, then you can start giving again from a place of love and appreciation, not from a place of like obligation. And so if this video was interesting to you, then I think you would definitely love my book that I just published, which is called Mastering the Middle. And this book is about something that I refer to as the middle, which is the gap between the time that you set a goal and the time that you achieve that goal, or like the time that you decide to pursue a desire and the time that you get your desire, right? Like that period of time between these two things I refer to as the middle. And the middle is a very active time in our lives, and there's a lot going on internally. And even though other people may not see what you're doing, there's still a lot of things that are happening internally as you're shifting through the timeline, as you're going from desire to creating a new reality. There's a lot that needs to change in that period of time, including your identity, the way that you think, the way that you feel, the way that you behave, your personality, and your like ultimately your reality. And so there's a lot of internal changes that are happening in the middle, and I think that this book is a great guide for people that are feeling stuck in this period of that I call the middle, or the people that are like feel like they're going on detours and they feel like they're off track. I feel like this book can really help a lot of people that are in that season of life. And so if that sounds interesting to you, then I will leave the link for the book in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.